Hey, this is Pidge, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at update number 3 and this is following my transition over to low life. So we're going to walk through the steps and some things that I may have changed along the way. First things first, if you want to access the leveling guide for this build, it's down in the description below. There's also an optional purity version of this, which is the one that I'm running here, and I'll link that down below as well. So as I mentioned, I've now transferred over to low life after finishing the shopping list. And one thing I will mention is that now the game is so much more streamlined, it actually progresses quicker than the character in previous leagues. So I have had to overcome some hurdles, and I'm sure anybody else playing the build will have found the same, where it's quite a slow transition, or you're playing very difficult content before you've transitioned. And don't get frustrated by that. Just come down a couple of map tiers, farm that where you're nice and comfortable until you've got the currency to fully upgrade and then switch. Because although I finished my Atlas completely, pretty much before I transitioned, it wasn't as smooth as it could have been. So with that out of the way, let's look at my gear. Here we have the tried and trusted Cold Iron Point, the Alpha's Howl with the Grace enchantment, Prism Guardian, the Ashes of the Stars Onyx Amulet. I'll go over why I've chosen that in a bit. Make sure a Golem Commander is allocated on there. Chevron's Wrappings, only running a 5-link. The Hungry Loop. For the Hungry Loop, some people who progress quicker than me were saying that the zombies were still dying in T16, so I actually took the opportunity to slot Meat Shield in there as well. Lost a little bit of damage, but hopefully that will get over any life hurdles the zombies are having until all the auras are juiced up. Another unset ring here, just looking at energy shield and chaos resistance with aspects of the Avon crafted on. Some high energy shield gloves with dexterity because my attributes were a bit of a mess. Darkness Enthroned, and Dariani's Delusion. The flasks I haven't rolled yet. I'm still running a quartz flask, which I don't need. I'll go over that in a minute. Still running a life flask, no idea why. So all this is work in progress. This is my next thing to work on. Okay, the gem links. So Vitality with Clarity at level 4 and Convocation. Purity of Ice, Val Grace, Val Discipline, Purity of Fire in the helmet. The helmet gives +2 to those auras as well. Val Haste, Determination and Pride. Flame Dash in the Ring, Zombies in the Hungry Loop. My 5-link is Summon Carrion Golem with Brutality, Minion Damage, Multi-Strike, Melee Physical Damage, and the 6-link would be Increased Critical Damage, but we're not there yet. In the gloves, I've actually made this change. I was playing about in POB and I found a really optimal way to do this. So Arrogance support here linked with the Generosity links. So Generosity with Precision at level 1, and Divergent Dread Banner. Well, this is much more optimal. In the boots, we've got Raised Spectre with Vulnerability, Meat Shield, and Minion Life. Still not running Inanimate Guardian. That will provide a massive DPS boost, like really, really big. But until all of my auras are fully leveled, I'm still leveling gems. Until that's done, I'm not gonna risk the AG. What I might do is when the AG reaches level 20, just equip some low-level AG gear and run that and just see how his survivability is before I commit to Kingmaker. Here I just have Minion, it should be ES, but it's still life, so a really suboptimal gem. And the other one is Energy Shield with attributes because my strength was suffering quite a lot. There's so many uniques in this build, it can be quite hard to balance those attributes. As you can see, the Atlas is complete. 107 out of 117, so I'm just missing the unique maps. And the skill tree is looking pretty fleshed out. I'm still not certain what I'm doing with this. I'm kind of making it up as I go along. So that's what it looks like right now. Over in the passive tree, I've been able to make some changes because I'm using the amulet, the Ashes of the Stars, which we'll go over now. So here's a tree for the Purity version. You should have all 4 Ascendances by now, which would be Commander of Darkness, Mindless Aggression, Unnatural Strength, and Bone Barrier. And then we spec'd out into the low life tree, taking the 2 clusters. So I'm not running an AG, as I mentioned. My gems are still leveling, and my clusters are absolute garbage. Like, this cluster, increased spell damage. The only reason I've got it equipped is because I needed 2 jewel sockets. So I'm only using this cluster to get the jewel sockets. In the background, I'm trying to roll another minion damage cluster. This one I got kind of lucky with. I bought it. I bought just the base, something like 60C. Rolled Coal of the Slaughter and Rotten Claws with Chaos Resistance, with a few Alks and a Regal. And then I Leo slammed it and hit Renewal, so really happy with that. It's not the perfect setup, we don't really want Coals of the Slaughter on there, but it'll do for now. And then I'm using 2 really subpar small clusters. This one's giving Energy Shield, Strength, and 25 increased effect. And I haven't taken the last node. And this one is just a bit of dexterity, because again I was missing attributes, and self-control. So that's it. Nothing special going on there. Very cheap setup. This jewel is Primordial Eminence. Up here we have Primordial Might. Another Eminence there. This is energy from within, which is transforming all of this life into Energy Shield. Here is the Anima Stone. Intuitive Leap is down here. And finally, we have the Watcher's Eye. This is why I can drop the Quartz Flask, because this gives me phasing permanently while we have haste up and running, which it is. And we also gain a lot of extra energy shield whilst affected by clarity. This needs re-rolling, needs divining, but we'll get there. So I highly recommend getting this Watcher's Eye for this build, and then drop the Quartz Flask. I have had to take the Strength node, unfortunately, because attributes. I'll probably try and re-roll another Ghastly Eye Jewel, because the Darkness Enthroned buffs whatever the explicits are so much. I think that's a good place to get attributes until I can optimize it better. And I think that's it. So we do have all 13 auras running, including aspects of the Avian, and still 120 mana left over, which is going to help me significantly as I push towards min-maxing. And that's what the build looks like. Now, the video that I released the other day, update 2 I think it was, I actually didn't record any footage, and I realised that whilst I was rendering it, so apologies for that. Let's do it now, we'll do it live. Kirak's got some missions.
One of my men followed and never do well with.
We'll just run this. I think it's tier 16. Yeah, so no AG, gems still leveling, suboptimal, 1 cluster. This is how the build performs. All I'm doing is self-casting vulnerability as we run around like maniacs. We're basically dragging along 4 bulldozers. Horrible mob there. Definitely want to get them. At the moment, all I'm doing is grinding out XP for the gems, because we need those to level up to 20 for quite a decent DPS spike and also defensive spike. Getting the purities up to max. Like, Determination I think is only at level 13. Make sure all of your auras are 20%. Because without the quality on the auras, they're actually not protecting your minions if they're not right next to you. what I'll say is just whilst leveling your gems up, don't care too much about leveling. If you do, you're going to get frustrated because you are going to die. Without those purities high, determination, everything 20%, you're lacking in so much defense. I've missed the boss here, hold on. Too busy talking. Can't do two things at once. This guy is incredibly tanky for some reason. Wow. Incredibly tanky. So that's the build showcase at this point. You can see 4,500 DS, and if we look at my defenses, we have 78, 81, 84, so this is the leveling of the gems that needs to happen, and minus 27 chaos res, which I'm really not happy with. Need to work on that. 4,500 ES. And yeah, I'm going to carry on and do the shrines, but that might take a few minutes, so if you're happy with what you've seen, you can jog on now. And I'm going to let the video roll. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you're liking the series, drop me a like. Subscribe to the channel, we're going to keep going throughout this league. Join the Discord if you want to talk with other people that are doing this build, including myself. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Not before.
Chaos.